Hello, I'm Tracy Grimshaw. Welcome to A Current Affair. Tonight, a story of hope and sheer determination. A family that would never give up and a young woman who has defied the experts to become a medical miracle.
If you love someone, you do it.
There are so many things that are so good in life.
Sometimes it just feels like it was yesterday.
Life isn't easy for Michelle Newland, but even being able to stand up here today is best described as a miracle.
I learned about myself that I am a strong person and I can continue fighting.
Initially, the prognosis was dire. Doctors thought her injuries were too great.
Not much hope, that's what they give you, just not much hope.
If you're working on achieving something huge, take baby steps.
This beacon of hope now dedicates much of her life to sharing her remarkable story with school kids.
What did you think of Michelle's talk? I was mind blown, it was so inspirational, and to think that she had such a journey and it took so long to recover, it was just an amazing story to hear.
Showing students that through sheer determination and with strong family and community support, odds are there to be defied.
Michelle's story is exceptional. Her recovery has been phenomenal.
Her road to recovery so extraordinary, this pioneering patient is even now revered in medical circles.
Michelle is a true hero. She's a living example for all other patients that are out there, how far you can go.
Mum Anne, along with her carer Cindy, are the full-time support crew. And Dad Vic, the dedicated Garbo who gets up every day before the crack of dawn, has worked hard to support the family through what has been the toughest decade of their lives.
Well, I was probably in denial. You don't think that it's going to be as bad as what it was. Glad she's alive, that's all.
This Melbourne family cherish life with their daughter, who shouldn't be here at all.
When I was 19 years old, I actually died in my mother's arms.
Couldn't lose her. She was too precious, you know. I just needed her to be revived.
Shell, can you tell me how
Hang
much?
on a sec.
Can you just tell me how much you got,
My mum's
darling?
got the video out. Oh my god, 94.5.
And are you happy with that?
Yes, I'm happy. Now I'm talking to Chantal. Yeah, go on, Chantal.
In her last year of high school, Michelle was top of her class and had dreams of becoming a primary school teacher.
English A+, study score 44. Psychology A+, study score 41.
Her dreams were our dreams for her.
A fun-loving teenager, an adored daughter.
This is my baby here, my special little baby girl. She's growing up, and guess what? She doesn't believe in Santa anymore.
A happy girl with a very promising future. But then, 3 days after her 19th birthday,
She wasn't sick and went to bed. Next thing we know, about 4:15 in the morning, she had walked into our bedroom, turned the light on, leaned against the doorway and said, "Take me to the hospital."
she was left fighting for her life. And all because of a condition more than 2 million Australians battle daily: asthma.
Within seconds, by the time she walked down the hallway, she was gone.
Everything was in panic mode. When you hadn't seen her in that position before, so wasn't sure what to do, but the main thing was to get her to the hospital.
She was lifeless. I knew it in the bedroom. I knew that had happened there, but then in the car, I just checked her and I kept talking to her and I kept begging her to wake up and, you know.
Her attack so severe, her pulse undetectable. Michelle's brain was deprived of oxygen for 10 long minutes.
And I remember a nurse bringing me her earrings, you know, and I hung on to her earrings.
But with just enough electrical activity in her heart, doctors were able to use the paddles to revive her. When she finally began to show signs of life after 7 weeks, it was bittersweet for her family. They were told Michelle had an acquired brain injury. She'd gone without oxygen for too long.
My prognosis was they wouldn't do anything more but blink my eyes.
After 5 months living in rehabilitation, making some improvements, Michelle was moved to a nursing home. Her parents told she was costing the system too much.
That was something that I still to this day can't comprehend, that a 19-year-old should or could be admitted into a nursing home.
Her progress stalled.
In bed. That was basically it.
And that's when her incredible parents decided to stuff the system. They were going to bring Michelle back to life and back home.
I knew she was speaking to me through her eyes, and I knew she was saying she could do this. There's something here. She's there. She's trapped, but she's there.
Now a passionate campaigner to get young people out of nursing homes, Michelle too had other ideas when told by doctors she'd most likely be in a vegetative state for the rest of her life.
I said to them, "Do I look like a carrot to you?"
These are the two main blood vessels.
Associate Professor Tissa Wijeratne, head of neuroscience research at Western Hospital, where Michelle spent 2 months, says her progress tears apart the old way of thinking about brain injury patients.
She is a true ambassador of acquired brain injury.
He says she confirms a breakthrough theory in medical circles, neuroplasticity, that with positive thinking, believing you can do it, and dedication to therapy, the brain can form new connections and rewire itself without the need for intrusive surgery.
Years ago, when I was a medical student, I was told that when there is a brain injury, there is nothing that you can improve afterwards. But the current research says that this is not the case.
Nick Rushworth from Brain Injury Australia says for this to work, ongoing support from family and community is key.
Michelle's family is clearly truly remarkable as well. The support they've given her has clearly made a radical difference to her recovery.
Spending time with a 31-year-old survivor today, you have to see those home videos to really believe what she's been through.
Focus on that centre one and just let the ball hit it, push the others away.
Michelle still struggles with memory issues.
Even when she goes to bed now, when she goes to kiss you good night, she'll come in 2 or 3 times because she's forgotten that she's come in already.
Well, that's great. That's the great part because we love it.
But her focus is so unwavering, her spirit so positive.
Almost a strike. That's not bad, eh?
Oh, that's you are going to put me to shame. Michelle is now bowling over doctors and anyone else who ever stood in her way.
It was very hard, but had to keep at it because if I didn't, I wouldn't be walking today.
With the help of physiotherapists and with incredible community support, Michelle has, step by step, learnt to walk again.
The day she learnt how to walk and she had a frame, I think she was going to run out of that rehab room.
With hours of intensive speech therapy and support from her carers, she painstakingly learnt to talk again.
Hey, Mum.
And after 6 years without solid food, being fed only through a tube.
What's the first meal you're going to have? What do you want me to cook for you?
She's the first one to tuck in.
It's amazing that just the simple tasks, everyday tasks, was such a huge obstacle to you.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Not anymore, huh?
Thankfully, not anymore.
And the Newland family aren't stopping there. Vic and Anne have put their own retirement dreams of buying a caravan and driving around Australia on hold. Instead, they've remortgaged their own home to buy the house next door for Michelle. Their hope is to be able to fix it up one day so she can really begin living her own life.
The kitchen's falling apart. It needs a bathroom, it needs flooring, it needs heating and cooling.
Last year, Michelle was nominated for Australian of the Year in the field of courage, but she's humble about how far she's come.
Do you consider yourself as a superhuman?
No. I don't like to think myself as superhuman at all. Just like to think myself as a normal girl.
She's also become a bit of a businesswoman, making cards and selling her creations online. Her life motto, now her company's slogan.
The sky is the limit.
They're quite a family, and they haven't asked us for anything, but here at A Current Affair, we wanted to celebrate them for a day. So we've called in a few favours from some incredibly generous companies.
Now, guys, I know I said I was doing more filming with you at the house today, but I haven't exactly been honest with you. Oh. You're such an inspirational family and you've worked so hard to get to where you are. We wanted to give you a really fun day out, and if you take a look over there, do you want to see your transport for the day?
Mum?
Oh my God! So, you've got a whole day of fun ahead of you, and Cindy, you are so incredible and you've worked so hard for this family. You've got the morning off and you've also got $500 to spend at Maya. Newland family, your limo awaits.
Oh my Lord! Purple, my favourite colour!
We wanted Michelle to feel like royalty today, so where better to start than Crown Resorts.
Never had a high tea before.
Never. It's beautiful.
They won't see you. So Vic, what would you normally be doing at this time of the morning?
I'd be doing my last street about now before I head off to the tip.
Oh my Lord!
Isn't it beautiful? I know the two of you have a very special relationship, and it's been a lot of hard work lately and not probably enough mother-daughter girly time.
That's it.
So you get your very own facial
Oh my goodness.
in the indulgence suite.
Oh my goodness, Shell. That'd be lovely.
It would be.
Eh? Would be.
It was great to have my makeup done and spend a bit more time with Mum as well.
Michelle's card making is one of her greatest passions, so we knew she'd like this surprise.
Now Georgina's got some very exciting news for you, Shelley.
Come and have a look up here.
Oh my Lord! They're not my cards, are they?
They sure are.
I can't believe it.
So Zeta Florence are going to stock your cards in the store. And I know that's a very important step for you towards your independence, and you're a good businesswoman already.
We've put them in prime position because this is where everyone sees them when they come in.
To see my cards up there in the shop for sale was absolutely phenomenal.
What a surprise. This
Hope for better.
Back in the limo, Michelle's special day isn't over yet.
Oh my Lord!
Michelle, we tried to keep this quiet, but it turns out you've got one or two friends around. And I know the community has been incredibly supportive of you.
Of course.
And they love you very much. And they wanted to be here with you today.
Oh my God.
Well, when I walked into the room and saw everyone, I was absolutely gobsmacked.
Remember Vic and Anne's retirement dream to drive around Australia? We're pretty sure this is going to help.
Thanks to Jayco, this is a $43,000 expander pop top just for you two.
You've got to be joking.
I'm not
You've got
joking.
to be joking.
Oh, well, can I go in there?
You can, on you go.
It's been 10 years of hell and love and devotion, and that's just beautiful. That is just so beautiful.
for Mum and Dad to have their caravan is absolutely fantastic because they've helped me so much. And they'll say to enjoy something.
Now, I know your next step is to move into your own place, and you know we're hoping that some people who see this will be able to help out and you know give to you for that. But we wanted to do one last thing to kickstart that renovation.
So from the team at NAB, I'm delighted to present the Newland family with a cheque of $10,000.
I think we have to pinch ourselves because we're going to go home tonight and think that this will really happen. I can't believe it. Thank you so much.
Today I really thought that the sky is the limit.
What a very special family. And if you can help out with the renovations on Shelley's home, send us an email.